So the iPhone 11 and 11 Pro Max were a great upgrade from the XX and SX Max with a new A13 Bionic chip, new designs, better screen, all that fun stuff. But the 2020 iPhones seem to be on a mission to kind of change people's mindsets that the iPhone 11 really just didn't do enough to warrant an upgrade if you purchased an iPhone in like 2018 or somewhere further back. So in this video, we're going to actually go over all the rumors that are circling the new iPhones that are about to come out and kind of take a look in whether we believe it's going to be warranted an update or not. Now, again, this is all speculation, but rumors are always fun to review. So in this video, we're going to do just that, review some rumors. Let the download begin. So if you're new here and you want to learn how to use and troubleshoot your devices, you know exactly what to do. Go ahead and smash that subscribe button with that bell for notifications so you don't miss when I release some cool, helpful content. So one of the first things we should talk about, I know it's early for iPhone rumors, but is it really ever too early for a new iPhone rumor? iPhones are probably some of the most popular phones that are coming out. There are a bunch of rumors currently out about them now, so I figured you guys would kind of want to know a little bit more about what's going on behind the scenes with Apple. So one of the first things to take a look at is, what do you think the name of these new iPhones are going to be? I mean, we had the XS, XS Max in the past generation, and now we have the iPhone 11 and 11 Pro Max. So it would probably serve the point that Apple's going to name them something like the iPhone 12, 12 Max. But rumor has it there's going to be at least 4 different iPhones that are going to be released this year. Some, I guess, within that budget, mid-range, and higher level iPhone. So the naming convention can be switched up a little bit. Now, as for dates, Apple normally has its kind of conference or press conference or reveal party or whatever you want to call it around September, and then they usually don't wait too long to release the phones after that. So I'm assuming, or I'm gonna guess, that everything's gonna happen within that September date. Within the September press conference, you're gonna have the actual debut of the phones, all the specs, all the specifications, everything's gonna be revealed in that conference, and then pre-orders are probably gonna go live pretty soon after that and then ship by the end of September into October. So now, design-wise, rumor has it that the iPhone 2020 or iPhone 12, whatever they decide to call it, is going to be more like the iPads that we're seeing, or more like the 4 or 5 that came out a couple of years ago with a more boxy design rather than a rounded design. You're going to have more squared edges, probably a glass back, larger antennas that's supposed to support 5G. It's still up in the air whether these phones are going to be 5G or not, but it serves the fact that Apple's probably going to make at least the pro level or the mid to high level ranges a 5G phone to make it kind of future proof. And you're probably looking at like a stainless steel body and some other kind of sapphire or graphite kind of material that is going to go along with it. And of course, it's going to be recyclable material because that's one of their biggest things, is making these phones out of recyclable materials. So you're probably going to see not that drastic of a design change, but it's going to be a big design shift from what we're kind of used to over the past couple of years. Now, they're also saying that you're probably going to see the screens get just a little bit bigger on the Pro and Pro Max, but you're probably going to see the screen shrink actually a little bit on the regular budget iPhones because, again, they're making these for the average consumer, and they're finding that the average consumer kind of likes their phone to be mid to smaller for carryability. I think that's actually a word. I believe that they're going to make that kind of segment of the iPhone a little bit smaller, but you're going to see the mid to high range iPhones. The screens are going to get a little bit bigger, and you may even see the notch shrink just a little bit. I don't think they're actually going to get rid of the notch completely. A lot of people are saying that they're going to go with a full screen iPhone with Touch ID imprinted into the display of the iPhone itself. I don't see them going that drastic with the design change of the iPhone. I think Face ID has just been integrated into so many of their different systems. What would be cool is if they did one phone that is like a full screen with just Touch ID integrated in their Pro level stuff, and then they kept the Face ID or Face Unlock in their mid to lower range level stuff and kind of give the consumer a little bit option. But I do believe that you're going to see Face ID across all their bands of phones. I just don't think they're going to eliminate that, especially because it's been so integrated into their system. It would be nice to see Touch ID get reintroduced into these iPhones, though I really do miss it, and I think a lot of people would be very, very happy to see Touch ID done by Apple because it's probably going to get done right. I know a lot of Android people are going to hate me for saying that, but when Apple does something, they usually do it pretty well. Another question would be the refresh rate on the screen itself. You see phones like OnePlus or the Google Pixel that are going high with their refresh rate to like 90 hertz, or some of the phones that are coming out now are going to be like 120. Is Apple going to introduce the high refresh rate on their phones? Probably. I'm hearing that it's going to be a varied refresh rate where it kind of adjusts based on what you're doing or adjusts based on your needs for the phone itself. So I don't think it's going to be anything that you can actually go in and change or control like you can do with some of these other phones. I think it's kind of going to be baked built into the screen itself where it's going to adjust if you're watching media, if you're just surfing the net, or if you're just perusing your phone itself. I think your refresh rate will start adjusting, but I do think Apple's going to up the refresh rate just a little bit because, again, everybody's doing it. I think that's going to be the major selling point for a lot of phones in 2020 is that they're going to start doing some really cool high refresh rates. If you haven't seen a phone with high refresh rate live, it's actually a thing to behold because it looks so smooth. It's like buttery smooth. It moves faster. Even the perception of speed, opening apps, closing apps on the phones really look a lot better when you have a high refresh rate. So I don't think Apple's going to fall behind, especially if it's future-proofing these phones for a new generation. And you're probably going to see the A14 Bionic chip. It's going to issue in even faster iPhones. iPhones are already pretty quick, so a new A14 Bionic chip is just going to make them that much faster. New circuitry that's probably going to introduce a larger battery, which is a definite welcome. Some people have a lot of issues with iPhone battery life, so I think with the optimization of probably iOS 13.9 or 14 by that time that's going to be released, with the new battery, with the new circuitry, with the new A14 Bionic chip, you're probably going to see a lot of power saving features that are going to be introduced to give you a longer extended battery on these phones. So now let's talk about cameras. Arguably the most important thing in smartphones nowadays, because we're so vain and we take pictures of just about everything and share just about everything. Cameras have become the selling point for phones because it's the one thing you could kind of upgrade from year to year and show a tangible difference between what was good last year to what was good this year. So when it comes to rumors circling the cameras for the new iPhones, it's kind of up in the air. Some people are saying it's going to be a 3-camera set. Some people are saying it's going to be a 4-camera set, with that 4th camera being a 3D time of flight camera that's going to be more geared towards providing an AR experience, something that Apple's just really been focusing on. Their augmented reality applications, their augmented reality games, and it kind of makes sense that they'll put a camera in there that's kind of dedicated to enhancing that augmented reality experience for the user itself. There's no definite yet. You're probably going to see that stove display that you see on the current iPhones in the back, but now you're going to see that 4th camera just kind of thrown in there to help advance that augmented reality experience. And you're probably looking at something like a larger optical zoom, built-in stabilization, of course, but the stabilization they're saying now may be built directly into the phone itself, and software assisted to the camera, which will definitely help improve the stabilization when you're shooting on the move, especially shooting videos in 4K or in higher resolution. That built-in stabilization built into the phone itself will definitely help a lot. And of course, you're going to see some software improvements just to make the camera and the overall pictures that you're taking with the iPhone just a little bit better. So you're probably going to see upgrades across the board on the camera, on the screen, on the performance on these iPhones that are coming out. But is it really going to be enough for you guys to upgrade your iPhones from an older iPhone to a newer iPhone? These things are probably going to be just as expensive as they have been in the past. If anything, probably a little bit more expensive. So I think Apple's kind of fighting an uphill battle here with people that are just happy with their iPhones currently, that does everything they need it to do without having to spend that much more money to upgrade your iPhones just because you want to upgrade your iPhones. So what I really want to do is pass the question on to you. What does Apple really have to do to get you to pull that money out of your pocket and upgrade your iPhone to the new 2020 or iPhone 12, whatever they're going to call it, iPhones that are coming out this year? Does it have to be just a really fantastic camera? Do they have to radically change the design? Do they have to reintroduce Touch ID? Go ahead and share your thoughts in the comment section down below this video. I definitely want to know what you guys think. Thank you so much for checking out the video. If you enjoyed it, you know exactly what to do. Go ahead and destroy that like button and just lightly tap that subscribe button with that bell for notifications so you don't miss when I release some cool, helpful content like this one. Until next time, guys. Peace.